I love when I get one of you guys asking me a question, asking me to create a video on a topic. So today comes courtesy of one of you. Thank you very much for the question. Asher writes, Kaylin, I'm really struggling with my coming out process. Do I need to come out? Is it important that I am openly, proudly out there to everybody I know? And I think this is a fabulous question. It's something that I talk a lot about with my one-on-one clients. And I don't think I've talked about it for some time here on YouTube. So let's dive into it. And if we haven't met before, my name is Kaylin. I'm a spiritual coach for other people. I work with individuals around the world one-on-one. I've also written a couple books, and I host this YouTube channel where we find belonging, peace, and acceptance within ourselves. So, do we need to come out? Well, in the 1970s, Harvey Milk was famous for saying it is the duty for every, what we would now call LGBTQ person, to come out because it shows everyone that we are everywhere, that we are your brothers and daughters and children. We are your neighbors, your cousins. We are the people shopping at your stores. We are the people walking beside you at the street. We are your coworkers and your bosses and your employees. And in the 1970s, this was a very radical idea because gay people, queer people, gender non-conforming people were largely not out due to societal pressures. It was entirely possible that you could lose your job, you could be thrown out of your house, you would lose friends and family if you were openly gay, queer, gender non-conforming. Now, fortunately, things have vastly improved since this time, and yes, of course, there is still bigotry, there is still hate, there is still discrimination, but people are much more willing to enforce laws for non-discrimination. Gay marriage is legal in the United States. The vast majority of the population approves of same-sex union. So coming out is not the same radical action that it was a few decades prior. Now, I get that's easier said than experienced. If you are in your process of coming out, it can feel like you are about to open a door to a landslide, like chaos is going to erupt. Your life might feel like it's about to disintegrate. Possibly. I know there's plenty of people who come out nowadays and it's not a big deal. Everyone loves and embraces them. They were like, I didn't even actually came out. Everybody just knew it the whole time. But if you find yourself in a situation where coming out at this moment in time puts you in danger in a few ways. Of course, there's physical danger that someone might hurt you, but there's emotional danger. If the family and friend group and support network that you have is going to reject you, ostracize you, discriminate against you, tell you that you're no longer welcome, then is it worth the trade-off? Because don't get me wrong, living closeted comes with a heavy price. You will be paying for living a life that feels inauthentic. You will be paying for living a mask, a caricature of yourself that you can't be the real you. There is a very real cost that comes from living that way to your health, to your mental health, to your sense of well-being, to your sense of safety within yourself, trust for yourself. But there is another very real kind of cost that comes from losing your emotional support network, that comes from losing the people that you love and hold dear. Research has shown that loneliness is far more dangerous to your health than smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Not having people to love and support you is a real problem, and so many people nowadays are lonely. I believe the statistic is 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 adults say that they have absolutely no one that they can confide in, that they have no close friends. So it is important to really ask yourself, is it worth it? Is me being openly my authentic self worth the trade-off I might have if my parents, my siblings, my best friends, my employer, my landlord might take some recourse against me, even if it's technically not legal to do so? It happens. And so one of the things I always say to my one-on-one clients is coming out is not a necessity. What is a necessity is finding a way of living that feels good to you, where you can thrive, where you feel like you are getting your needs met, where you are giving and exchanging love. And maybe you are open about your sexuality to a select few. Maybe you're open to your lovers or a close companion, but you're not open in general. I would love to say just come on out and people will figure it out, but that's not always the case. I was having dinner last night with a new friend of ours whose mother has not spoken to him and his husband in years because of their same-sex attraction. And this was someone that he viewed as being his closest relationship previous to. So this isn't 1978 anymore. We're not at a time where no queer people are visible. We're everywhere. The world is much more inclusive of us than it was 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago. So from a public good standpoint, do you still need to come out because it helps the world accept us more? Yeah, probably, but not so much as it was in the 70s. I think right now you need to take care of yourself. Do what feels right for right now and let no one pressure you into there being a correct timeline or a correct process or a correct way. Do what feels right for right now and realize you can always take the next step in a week, in a year, in 10 years, whenever you're ready. This is a unique and beautiful process that is bespoke to you. No one else gets to say. And I hope you have, whatever steps you take, I hope you are surrounded by loving support, Asher. I hope people cheer you on and tell you that you are beautiful and worthy and deserving of love and deserving of affection and deserving of respect, no matter how you identify, no matter the space you take up in the world. Because every single one of us, every being on this planet is worthy of those things, no matter where they come from or who they are. So I hope you feel affirmed, I hope you feel beautiful, and I hope it gives you confidence to take whatever next steps on your journey you want and or need to take. And if you need more help and support on that path, please reach out to friends and families and coaches and therapists and healers, people who can walk beside you if you need a little more support, because we all need more support from time to time. I hope this was helpful and valuable for you. I'm Kalen. This is Ecstatic Self. Blessings to you.